Dear esteemed viewers, I vividly recall the first time my aunt spoke about the feeling of eating with worry, a burning sensation in the stomach, and lying awake at night dreading having to take medicine in the morning. At that time, she had just discovered she was infected with H. pylori, a silent enemy lurking in the stomach, causing persistent dull pain and unending anxiety. Not just my aunt, but many of us have experienced that same feeling. Epigastric pain, heartburn, acid reflux, and even a diminished appetite due to constant fear of peptic ulcers. And then the question keeps repeating in our minds: is there a natural, gentle way to inhibit H. pylori without having to rely on antibiotics forever? Don't despair, dear viewers. In today's video, we'll explore 5 natural foods, wonderful helpers, scientifically proven to help inhibit and weaken H. pylori, protect the stomach lining, and support the digestive system safely, gently, and incredibly effectively. Join me as we journey step by step through healing with nature's gifts. Simple, easy to apply, and can be started right from your family's dinner table today. 1. Broccoli, a natural biological weapon against H. pylori. In the world of vegetables, broccoli, especially broccoli sprouts, is not only a nutritious food but also considered a powerful natural antibiotic against Helicobacter pylori, HP, the most dangerous bacterium in stomach diseases. The special characteristic of broccoli lies in the compound sulforaphane, an extremely powerful antioxidant belonging to the isothiocyanate group. Sulforaphane is released most strongly when the vegetable is crushed, chewed, or chopped, and its concentration is tens of times higher in broccoli sprouts compared to mature plants. According to biochemical studies, sulforaphane works by damaging the cell membrane and inhibiting the urease enzyme, a crucial tool HP uses to survive in the harsh acidic environment of the stomach. When this enzyme is neutralized, HP can no longer neutralize acid and quickly weakens, being eliminated from the body. Notably, sulforaphane can even affect antibiotic-resistant HP strains, which is a major challenge in current medical treatment. Beyond its ability to kill HP, sulforaphane also helps soothe inflammation, protect the stomach lining, and stimulate the body to produce glutathione, an endogenous antioxidant that helps the stomach recover from damage faster. In other words, instead of just focusing on eliminating bacteria, this compound also helps regenerate a healthy physiological environment in the stomach, thereby preventing HP recurrence after treatment. One of the most prominent studies comes from Johns Hopkins University, USA, one of the world's leading universities in medicine. In this study, scientists monitored a group of volunteers infected with H. pylori who were fed broccoli sprouts daily for 8 consecutive weeks. The results showed that 78% of participants significantly reduced their HP load in the stomach and improved symptoms such as heartburn, epigastric pain, bloating, and indigestion. What's special is that the group using broccoli sprouts did not experience any side effects, unlike when taking medication. Furthermore, in vitro and animal trials also showed that sulforaphane effectively inhibits HP virulence factors, especially the CAGA and VACA genes, 2 factors that make HP more dangerous, capable of deeply damaging the stomach lining and being linked to stomach cancer. How to use for maximum effectiveness. You should choose broccoli sprouts instead of mature broccoli because the sulforaphane concentration in sprouts is 10 to 100 times higher. You should eat about 70 to 100 grams daily, which can be divided into 2 servings. You can eat them raw, in salads, or lightly steamed for no more than 3 minutes. Avoid boiling for a long time or cooking thoroughly, as high temperatures will destroy sulforaphane. You can combine them with a little olive oil or nuts to increase absorption. Broccoli, especially young sprouts, is not just an ordinary vegetable but also a biological weapon that helps control HP bacteria naturally, safely, and sustainably. In an era where more and more people are experiencing reinfection or antibiotic resistance, adding broccoli sprouts to your daily diet can be a small step that brings a big change to your stomach health. This is clear evidence for the idea, "Let food be thy medicine," as Hippocrates taught thousands of years ago. 2. Turmeric powder, a natural nemesis of H. pylori, and a companion for damaged stomachs. Dear viewers, when it comes to natural methods that support the treatment of stomach ailments, especially inflammation and ulcers caused by H. pylori, we cannot overlook turmeric powder, a precious gift from nature that has been used for thousands of years in both traditional and modern medicine. The most prominent active compound in turmeric is curcumin, a compound with extremely powerful anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and antibacterial properties. Many modern studies have proven that curcumin can inhibit the growth of Helicobacter pylori, HP, the bacterium that resides in the stomach, survives in an acidic environment, and is the main cause of stomach ulcers, chronic gastritis, and even stomach cancer if not properly controlled. Curcumin attacks HP through multiple mechanisms simultaneously. First, it prevents HP bacteria from adhering to the stomach lining, helping the bacteria from settling down and multiplying on the already damaged mucosal layer. Second, curcumin weakens the ability of HP bacteria to secrete toxins, including dangerous toxins like vacca and kaga, which are considered the main causes of cell damage, stimulating inflammatory responses, and leading to precancerous changes. As a result, curcumin reduces the level of inflammation and lowers the risk of progression to stomach cancer. Not only does it eliminate bacteria, but curcumin also acts as an internal wound healer, helping to regenerate the damaged stomach lining, thereby improving digestion, reducing pain, heartburn, and the burning sensation in the epigastric region. Common symptoms for those with H. pylori-induced stomach ulcers. How to use. Experts recommend that you can use 1 to 2 teaspoons of turmeric powder daily, mixed with pure honey to enhance its anti-inflammatory, antibacterial properties and make it easier to drink. This turmeric honey mixture can be mixed with warm water or unsweetened warm milk, consumed in the morning 30 minutes before eating or in the evening before bed to maximize its effects. However, if possible, you should choose nano-curcumin. This is a modern formulation that makes curcumin molecules smaller, allows for faster absorption, and more effective uptake into the body. This is because raw curcumin is actually very difficult to absorb through the digestive tract and mostly gets eliminated if not accompanied by a carrier or appropriate formulation. Another important point to note, do not overdose. Although it's a natural product, if turmeric is used continuously at high doses for a long time, it can affect liver function, cause mild digestive disturbances, or increase the risk of gallstones in sensitive individuals. Therefore, it should be used in the correct dosage regularly every day. And if you have other chronic conditions such as diabetes, fatty liver, high blood pressure, or are taking Western medicine, it's best to consult your doctor before regularly adding turmeric to your supplements. In summary, turmeric powder with its active compound curcumin not only helps eliminate and inhibit HP bacteria, but also supports the recovery of damaged stomach lining, significantly improving the quality of life for people with stomach ulcers. This is a folk remedy proven effective by modern science, safe when used correctly, and a very suitable choice for middle-aged and elderly individuals looking for a natural, gentle, yet effective therapy. 3. Fresh garlic, a natural antibiotic against H. pylori. Dear viewers, since ancient times, garlic has been considered a precious medicine in the traditional medicine of many cultures. More than just a familiar spice in every meal, garlic is also one of the most potent natural antibiotics, especially useful for bacterial infections, including Helicobacter pylori, HP, the dangerous bacterium that clings to the stomach's mucus layer and is the leading cause of ulcers, bleeding, and even stomach cancer. The most important active ingredient in garlic is allicin, a compound formed when raw garlic is crushed or chopped. Allicin is what gives garlic its superior antibacterial effects. According to studies, allicin can break down the cell membrane of HP bacteria, rendering them unable to multiply and survive. Furthermore, allicin also inhibits the urease enzyme, a special enzyme that HP uses to neutralize stomach acid, thereby surviving and causing disease in the harsh environment of the human stomach. When this enzyme is inhibited, HP loses its protective shield and is more easily destroyed by acid. Therefore, using garlic correctly is a simple yet effective method to weaken and reduce the number of HP bacteria in the stomach. To maximize the effectiveness of garlic, you should eat 1 to 2 crushed raw garlic cloves daily, about 10 to 15 minutes before your main meal. Crushing the garlic and letting it sit exposed to air for 10 minutes is crucial, because that's when allicin, the most potent anti-HP compound, is released. However, raw garlic has a pungent odor and a spicy taste, which can sometimes be unpleasant to eat directly. Therefore, you can soak crushed garlic in a little pure honey to both mellow the flavor and combine the anti-inflammatory and soothing effects on the stomach lining from the honey. This is a common and easy-to-do method at home, especially suitable for older adults who want to use food as medicine. However, there are also some precautions. Although garlic is good, if your stomach is severely inflamed or ulcerated, you should not eat raw garlic on an empty stomach, as it can cause irritation, increase burning sensations, and abdominal cramps. In this case, you should start with very small doses or consume it after a light meal, or choose to soak garlic in honey for 1 to 2 weeks before use to reduce its pungency and protect the damaged lining. Additionally, individuals with a hot constitution or those who experience bloating or diarrhea from eating garlic should carefully consider or consult a doctor before regular consumption. In summary, fresh garlic with its active compound allicin is one of the most powerful natural weapons in eliminating HP bacteria, supporting ulcer treatment, and preventing dangerous complications later on. This is a simple, cost-effective, yet effective method if used correctly, consistently, and combined with a healthy lifestyle. Spending a little time each day on a few small garlic cloves might just be a turning point for a healthy stomach in the long run. 4. Live probiotic yogurt, a probiotic shield protecting the stomach from H. pylori. Dear viewers, recently, more and more studies have shown that probiotics, especially beneficial bacterial strains in naturally fermented yogurt, play an extremely important role in limiting the growth of H. pylori in the stomach. This might surprise many people, as we typically only view yogurt as a light snack good for digestion. In reality, if used correctly, yogurt containing live probiotics is a silent but effective ally in the fight against HP, the culprit behind stomach ulcers and even cancer. The mechanism by which probiotics affect H. pylori is multifaceted. First, beneficial strains such as Lactobacillus rhamnosus, L. reuteri, and Bifidobacterium can secrete mild organic acids like lactic acid, creating an unfavorable environment for HP to thrive. Although HP lives in a strong acidic environment, it does not adapt well to the mild, stable acidic environment created by beneficial bacteria. This weakens HP and makes it difficult for it to adhere. Second, some probiotic strains also secrete substances that directly inhibit HP bacteria, disrupting their activity or breaking down their cell membrane structure. Third, probiotics also attach to the stomach lining before HP, essentially taking up space and preventing HP from adhering and causing harm. Finally, probiotics also help activate the local immune system, reduce inflammation, and protect the stomach lining from the prolonged attack of HP. How to use probiotics to support H. pylori treatment. It's quite simple and easy to incorporate daily. You just need to regularly eat 1 to 2 plain yogurt cups daily, choosing varieties that contain multiple live cultures and are properly refrigerated. If possible, research labels carefully to choose yogurt that explicitly states it contains Lactobacillus and Bifidobacterium strains. These are the key beneficial warriors that have been scientifically proven to inhibit HP. In addition to yogurt, you can also supplement with probiotics in pill or powder form, especially if you're taking antibiotics to eradicate HP, as antibiotics can easily disrupt the balance of gut microbiota. A simpler yet more effective way is to combine yogurt with probiotic-supporting foods like ripe bananas, oats, or chia seeds. These foods not only provide soluble fiber, also known as prebiotics, which nourish beneficial bacteria, but also soothe the stomach lining and support better digestion. A midday snack with yogurt mixed with banana, a spoonful of chia seeds, or some softened oats would be an excellent choice, easy to eat and providing dual benefits, nourishing beneficial bacteria and eliminating harmful ones. However, you should also note that you should not eat yogurt on an empty stomach or immediately after a heavy, oily meal, as live cultures may not function effectively or may be destroyed early by stomach acid. The ideal time is about 1 to 2 hours after a light meal when the stomach environment has stabilized. Also, avoid yogurts with sugar, flavorings, or preservatives, as they can be harmful to the stomach lining and do not support the microbiome. In summary, yogurt containing live cultures and probiotic preparations are an indispensable part of improving digestive health, especially when you are fighting H. pylori. It's not just about antibiotics being effective. Sometimes, by simply nurturing a healthy gut microbiome, our bodies are capable enough to self-regulate and fight off disease-causing factors naturally and sustainably. 5. Pure green tea. Small leaf, great power in inhibiting H. pylori. Dear esteemed viewers, when it comes to familiar healthy beverages, we cannot fail to mention green tea, a traditional leaf that has been intertwined with Vietnamese life for generations. However, what few people know is that pure green tea, if used correctly, can become a natural biological shield that helps inhibit H. pylori, a dangerous bacterium that clings to the stomach and causes ulcers, reflux, and even stomach cancer. The prominent active compound in green tea is epigallocatechin gallate, EGCG, an extremely powerful antioxidant polyphenol that has been proven in many studies to inhibit the growth and activity of H. pylori. EGCG works in multiple ways simultaneously. On one hand, it inhibits HP's ability to multiply and adhere to the stomach lining. On the other hand, it reduces inflammatory responses and neutralizes free radicals, agents that contribute to damage and degeneration of the stomach lining. In other words, green tea not only prevents HP from causing harm, but also protects the stomach lining from prolonged silent damage, helping the stomach gradually recover and become healthier. To use green tea effectively, you should drink 1 to 2 cups of diluted green tea daily, especially about 30 minutes after a meal when the stomach has food to cushion it. This helps reduce its astringency, avoid stomach irritation, and allows EGCG to work in a more favorable environment. Choose pure green tea without added flavors or sugar, as additives can affect the antibacterial properties of the natural compounds in the tea. When brewing, use warm water around 70 to 80 degrees Celsius. 158 to 176 degrees Fahrenheit, instead of boiling water, as excessively high temperatures can break down EGCG, significantly reducing its stomach protective effects. However, there are also some points to note. Do not drink green tea on an empty stomach, especially for those with sensitive stomachs or who experience gnawing pain, reflux, or severe ulcers. This is because tea contains tannins, which, when entering an empty stomach, can increase acid secretion, causing discomfort, nausea, and sometimes mild abdominal pain. Additionally, you should avoid drinking green tea immediately after taking medication, as some components in tea can affect the absorption of drugs, especially antibiotics or iron supplements. A small suggestion to increase effectiveness is that you can combine green tea with a thin slice of ginger or a few fresh mint leaves. This not only enhances the flavor but also helps reduce bloating and warm the stomach, beneficial for digestion, especially if you combine the habit of drinking green tea with a healthy diet, rich in green vegetables, low in oil, limited sugar and alcohol. Controlling H. pylori will be even more effective. In summary, pure green tea is not just a refreshing drink, but also a silent companion that protects the stomach from the attack of H. pylori. Though small, if used correctly and regularly every day, this green leaf can bring great benefits, helping you live a healthy, peaceful life with a strong and less diseased digestive system over time. After going through each specific type of foods, it's now time to look at the overall picture of natural helpers in fighting H. pylori, the silent culprit behind a range of stomach problems. Each type has its unique active compounds, specific mechanisms of action, and different ways of consumption. Choosing and combining them correctly will bring the best results for your digestive health. To support the inhibition of H. pylori, you can combine the following 5 natural foods. Broccoli sprouts contain sulforaphane, an active compound with strong antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties. Should be eaten raw or lightly steamed daily. Turmeric powder, rich in curcumin, which helps reduce inflammation and regenerate damaged mucosa. Use 1 to 2 teaspoons mixed with honey and warm water. Drink 30 minutes before meals. Fresh garlic. With allicin, it helps break down HP cell membranes and inhibit the urease enzyme. Should be crushed, left for 10 minutes, then eaten raw before meals. Live probiotic yogurt provides probiotics to create an unfavorable environment for HP and boost immunity. Eat 1 to 2 unsweetened cups daily. Can be combined with bananas or oats. Pure green tea, rich in EGCG, an antioxidant that helps reduce inflammation and inhibit HP. Drink diluted after meals for 30 minutes, brewed with warm water around 70 to 80 degrees Celsius. A few very important reminders. First, no single food is a miracle cure. Effectiveness comes from the right combination, regular long-term use, and a healthy lifestyle. Second, you should avoid overdosing your body nutrition, especially with turmeric and garlic if your stomach is severely damaged. And finally, when undergoing H. pylori eradication therapy with antibiotics, combining these natural foods can increase the effectiveness of bacterial elimination and reduce side effects. Dear viewers, we have now reviewed 5 natural foods that help inhibit H. pylori and protect the stomach. These solutions, though simple, possess enduring power if maintained regularly every day. If you are interested in related topics such as how to detect H. pylori early, 5 mistakes that prevent reflux from healing, or safe folk remedies for stomach ulcers, don't forget to check out other videos on the channel. You can start with the video 3 silent signs to detect HP at home, or top 2 golden herbs to relieve heartburn quickly, both available in the suggestion section right after. Wishing you always good health, good appetite, restful sleep, and a very strong digestive system.